to type out the letters like this, all right, with each individual box, so I can go ahead and place it, and that way I'm not wasting a whole flock material. I'm not wasting a whole section of my flock, all right? So if you have a typical name, if you have John Doe, in that case, yeah, it might be something that you might get quite often. So you can just type it out with your RF files and then have it create just one weed box around the whole entire last name and then cut it out. All right, and we'll get to the RF here momentarily. Elaine, are you recording this? I am, Elaine. I am recording this. So for those of you guys who have never attended one of our webinars, we do record them for later viewing. We'll normally record it and post it with the date of the actual webinar when the webinar was recorded. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. So now that we know a little bit more about the fonts and how the fonts work, the Rhinestone fonts, now we can go ahead and get started on actual creating my designs, all right? So again, the TrueType fonts are there to help the designing process and actually shorten that designing process, all right? So what it's there for is because they're already created, we already have them rhinestoned out, that means that you guys can focus more on the actual designing part, the actual focusing on the logo part, because we have so many different types of fonts that there is a good chance that you'll find one that will fit that logo or that custom design you're trying to create. And again, because it's already created, there's not much work you guys have to do. So you can focus on designing a little bit more. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. So first thing I want to do is I wanted to create something where we can use our TrueType fonts or Rhinestone TrueType fonts and add a cool, unique kind of look to the outside where we're going to basically create almost a circle with my fonts. All right, so using a couple different features here, we're going to be using our fit text to path tool. So we're going to fit the text right to a path that we're going to create. And it's obviously going to arch the design as well. So that's going to be kind of unique as well to see. And of course, we're going to be working with the Rhinestone TrueType fonts. So a lot of different things incorporated into one cool looking design to create there. So no problem, Elaine, no problem at all. Now it is back to school coming up. So I figured we'd create a cool looking teacher design. Now I kind of want to let you guys kind of choose the same. Now, I was kind of going along the lines of, what do you guys think? The best teachers teach from the heart. What do you guys think? You guys like that saying? You guys got something a little bit more, you guys got something that you guys rather see? The main thing is we want to make sure it's a nice long sentence. So when we put it on our path, it's going to create that full circle effect. You like that? Okay, perfect. So sounds good. All right, cool. So we'll go ahead and do that saying right there then. And what I want to do first is I have my text already spelled out. I have my sentence spelled out already. So now what I want to do is create that path where I want to put my teacher is sexy. You can hear Matt? Matt is probably somewhere in the back. Oh, yeah. I see what you guys are getting with that. My teacher is sexy. We can hear Matt. Yes, absolutely. All right, so what we're going to do now is I want to go ahead and create a circle. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab my ellipse tool there. And left click down, I'm just going to go ahead and drag and create a circle. All right, so there's my circle. Now, oh, you can hear Matt doing a video? Really? He's, funny enough, he's actually about to walk in here momentarily. I know he's doing the Periscope. He's addicted to Periscope right now. So we're doing a lot with Periscope. If you guys haven't tried it yet, we're actually doing a nice little giveaway as well where you guys can win up to $150 voucher codes for download files. But yeah, I think he's in there doing on someone else's speaker, and that could be Hope. If you have your mic on, they might be hearing what's going on in the call center there. Donnie, he does already have Meerkat. We both have Meerkat and Periscope. So, Elaine, Periscope is basically, it's almost like a live stream where you can. It's an app that once you basically install it and then add us as a friend, then you can follow us and see what we're doing. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's kind of you get to kind of it's more laid back kind of. You get to see what's going on behind the scenes, and Matt's basically on his phone the whole time, just walking around the warehouse, showing off Periscope, seeing what everybody's doing. No problem, Stephanie. No problem. Stephanie wants to apologize to everybody for a little bit taking off track a little bit, but Stephanie, no problem. And that's the great thing about these webinars. Like I do enjoy interacting with you guys. So more questions, the better. So all right, so let's get back to the webinar. All right, so we have our circle created here. We have our text spelled out. Now we have to add this text to this path right here. So this circle is going to act as our path. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and select the text here. So notice I have the text selected. and at the top here, you'll notice this toolbar right here. Now, if you don't have the TRW Stone Wizard, you won't see this toolbar up here. What you can do is you can go up here to text, and where it says fit text to path right here, just select that, and then you'll be able to drop your text on the path. All right. Now notice if I haven't clicked anything, I haven't dropped it on there yet, but if I go over that, if I go over the center point, notice that there's a little red line that goes right in the middle. So that tells me that text is centered right there on the circle. So I'm just going to go ahead and left click, and it drops it right onto my path. All right. So now that I have that there, all right. What is Matt saying back there? So I just got a comment. We are supposed to tell you that you're going to lose everyone from the webinar to Matt. Laugh out loud. So obviously Matt's doing something to try to get you guys out of here. So you know what? Just because he did that, I am now going to give you guys a coupon code at the end of the webinar. So you guys stay tuned. We'll give you a nice little coupon code at the end. What do you guys think? There you go. It's about the only way I'm going to be able to keep you guys in here. So, all right, perfect. So that works out. So stay tuned for that one, guys. All right, so we have the text on the path right here. Now what we want to do is expand this text right here so it actually fills the whole entire circle on the outside, right? He is live. I know. I know he is live over there. He's a jokester. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just by grabbing one of my little boxes here in the top or right-hand corner here, I can just go ahead and left-click down and drag so it actually creates that form of the circle. You see that? So if I keep going, it actually goes all the way down to the bottom of the circle. So right there we have teachers. And now, again, I notice how we want to make sure that the best teachers, that part we want to make sure that it's kind of up to the top. So for the eyes, it looks a little bit better. It's almost more natural to be able to see it that way when it is actually up there. So we'll do that at the end, all right? Because we got to do a couple things before we get to that point that we can actually rotate my text, all right? So what I want to do now is I'm going to go back to my TRW Stone Wizard here. I'm going to go to Fonts. And now under my Find Fonts here, I know that, remember earlier I went over that TRW 130? The reason I did that is because I know that font is very small font. So it's going to work perfect for a design like this. And also, it's not going to be too large on the shirt, all right? So it's still going to be a very good size for this particular design here. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go here, and I'm going to type in 130. There it is. So choose 130. Bam. Now, notice what I did here. This is the reason why I left the circle still in there. Because notice what happened down here when I converted it over to my Rhinestone font. Now I have some overlapping letters down here, all right? So to get rid of that, I'm just going to go ahead and go back to my dimensions here and just kind of drag down, and notice how it separates it. So by grabbing my little corner here, if I go down on it, notice how it kind of brings it back up and it gives us a little bit more space. If I go up, then it brings the letters closer together. All right, so we're gonna go right about there. What do you guys think? Is that a good enough spacing, you guys think? Oh, that's good, Irvin. That's good. I got you. Don't worry. I'll let him know. I'm actually writing that down. So Irvin's actually coming down to our open house. Irvin's one of our good customers. He's a great friend of ours, and he's going to come down and help us out. We actually have a VersaCam, and Irvin's one of our good he's a great tech for stalls, actually, that does a lot of work with a VersaCam. But he just let me know to tell Matt I need a Phillips screwdriver tomorrow, not bringing tools. So I love it. The great things that we get to see in these webinars are awesome. The interaction is great. I love it. Hey! Hey! Speaking of the devil. Oh, that was for Hope, not Rudy. Okay, I'm sorry, Irvin. What's up? Matt's over here meerkatting me or periscoping me.
Those aren't his slippers, those are his feet.
By the way, I don't think Matt realizes that I already told you guys I was going to give you guys a coupon code to keep you in the webinar. Oh, I had a trick up my sleeve.
But they're all in here. How many do you have?
A lot.
Not enough.
All right. Well, now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and get back to our webinar here. So if you guys are following us on Periscope, obviously Matt just came in my office and took a little video of me doing the webinar here. All right. So now that we have our text on our path there, now what we need to do is get rid of the original circle we created here. All right. So we need to get rid of that circle here. So to do that, I'm going to double click on it. And now notice how when I double click, it actually went from the outside and now only the circle is selected here. So I can drag Now notice it drags everything with it until I hit delete. Now if I hit delete, notice how my text still stays behind. Alright, so let me go ahead and redo that for you guys one more time, because it is a little bit tricky. So we're going to go back here and I'm going to go ahead and hit Control Z to undo everything I just did. Alright, so again, I have my text here, so I can grab the text and I can bring it out and it's going to do some different things there. But to get rid of my original circle here so I can actually work with this font and actually go on to the designing of the design, what I need to do is double click on the circle. Now notice how it went from the outside here, and now only the circle selected, but if I drag that circle, it's still bringing the text along with it. Alright, so to fix that, all we need to do is hit delete in our keyboard, and there it is. So now that circle is deleted. Now what I want to do is highlight my design again, because look at this. If I try to click on any of my individual circles right now, it's going to drag the whole entire design. Alright, and the reason for that is we still haven't resized this font right here to be at the SS10 size stones that we need it to be at for us to be able to work and be able to cut this template out and brush the stones in for the stones to fall in correctly. Alright, so to do that, like we showed before, we're going to go back to our Stone Wizard here, and I'm just going to go ahead and hit the Resize Design button right here in my TRW Stone Wizard. So by hitting that, now it resized my design, and now look at this. So if I go and zoom in and I click on one of my circles, now we have 0.13 and 0.13, so that's perfect sizing for my SS10 stones. So now you see here we have a perfect circle. Now remember earlier we talked about that we needed to make sure that the best teachers part right here kind of ends up at the top of the circle rather than on the sides to make it easier for the eyes to read. Alright, so to do that, we can highlight here and we come up here to the top and change our angle of rotation, or I can go here and double click it. Now you see this little circle in the middle, that's my center point. So if I grab any of my arrows here in the corners, I can just go ahead and drag, and that's going to drag it along that center point there. And if I bring it up here, see that? Oh, let's go ahead and go back one there, because I think I zoomed it out just a little bit too much. So let's go ahead and highlight here. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and group it together for this part. Alright, so bottom right corner here we have group, and double click, and then I can just go ahead and drag it here and drop it. And then we're just going to go ahead and drop the SS10 stones there. So again, SS10 stones, we have the best teachers teach from the heart. Now we're ready to actually create a cool looking design inside of here. Alright, so what do you guys, let's go ahead and, I think, you know what, let's go ahead and, I was going to do a different apple for the middle, but now that I remember, let me go ahead and do actually something with, let's go ahead and create a heart, and I think that's going to look even better. So I'm going to go here to my polygon tool, and under basic shapes, I have a little heart up here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and select that heart, and just go right inside my text here. I'm going to go ahead and just create a heart. Alright, so I'm going to leave a little bit of space at the top here because that's where my leaf is going to go. But we're going to go ahead and just make this a little bit wider, and then maybe just a little bit taller, right around there. Alright, so you guys see what we're doing here? So we want to make sure that it fits inside our circle here, and it's going to look great when we actually add the leaf to it. So right now we have the best teachers teach from the heart, and all we see is a heart. Alright, so got a couple things to do before we finish the design off, so let's go to it. So now what I want to do is, I don't want to fill the heart in because I think it's going to be too much at the end. So let's go ahead and do 2 islands, huh? 2 islands we'll do to the inside. I'm going to do add stones, and we're also going to change the contour spacing to 0.07. Oh, actually, you know what? We'll leave the contour spacing as is. What I want to do though is I'm going to do corner detect here. Alright, so again, here are the settings. We have 2 islands. We got it to the inside. Stones are added, and we're going to do a corner detect. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and hit island fill, and there is my island created. So there's my heart. Let's go ahead, and because we still have these lines going through my circles, and if I go to wireframe, you'll notice that it goes right through all these circles, meaning if I send this to my cutter right now, it's going to cut a nice line right through all my circles, aka if I go to brush my stones in, it's not going to look very nice. It's not going to be very easy because, again, there's going to be a line right through my template. Alright, so let's go back to my enhanced view. Now what I want to do is highlight my design, and I'm simply going to go down here to my clear paths feature, left click on that, and there's my circles are gone. Alright, perfect. So now what we got to do is add, let's go ahead and add the little stem over here for our leaf. So I'm going to go ahead and just do my add or drop one stone, single stone feature down here on the wizard. But before I do that, let's go ahead and change the color. So I'm going to go ahead and choose topaz, and I'm just going to go ahead and select my single stone. And watch this. So I'm just going to drop one here, And again, notice I'm leaving a little bit of space in between, nothing crazy. Actually, I think I went too far up, so let's go ahead and delete that one there. All right, so drop a couple more right here, and we should be good. Now, the reason it doesn't matter the spacing, because we do have a tool in our TRW Stone Wizard that's going to be basically be able to bring all these stones together, and then I'll be able to add stones easier that way, okay? So to do that, I'm just going to go ahead and select each stone. So I'm holding down Shift and selecting all my stones here. So I created basically a path here. And then I'm going to go down here to my Respace tool, my Magic Respace tool, and there it goes. All right, so now I got my Magic Respace tool created. Now what I want to do is hit my up arrow right here, and that's going to add stones to it. All right, so Magic Respace to be able to create that path going through all my circles, and then I can simply go hit the up arrow and add more stones to that path. Hold down Shift, clear paths, and there's my leaf right, or there's my stem for my leaf right there. All right, so very quick and easy to be able to create that, utilizing that single drop feature there, single stone drop, and then also our Magic Respace tool right there. All right. Now another thing I want to use, I know we created a while ago, or not a while ago, but a couple of days ago we released a design. It was an Apple inspired design. Let me see if I can still find that one, which is right here. So it did come right back up. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and hit this one right here. I know this one has a pretty nice Apple design on it that we want to use. So notice now I could have used this Apple in there, but notice what happened is when I created this this text around it, when I actually resized it, it ended up being about 7.9 inches tall, and I knew this design would be too big to fit in that space right there. All right, so I had to completely redo the design for inside, and that's why I had to go with the heart. All right, so what I want to do here is I'm going to go ahead and just highlight and ungroup it because it's all grouped together. And I'm just going to delete my templates here. I'm going to delete this part here because we don't need that, and we're going to delete this part here because we don't need that either. All right, so let's go ahead and get rid of that and make sure there's nothing hanging off. Perfect. So now we have our little leaf. Let's go ahead and group that together so it makes it easier to bring in. And then I'm just going to go ahead and drop it right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop this right here. And what do you guys think? Do you guys think the stem, maybe a couple less on the stem there? All right, so maybe this down a little bit. And now I'm just moving it down with my arrow key, all right? So just move it down with the arrow key, delete a couple of those, and we're all set. What do you guys think? Looks good? Perfect. David, can you do that with Studio Designer Edition, the circle of rhinestone? David, are you talking about arching around the circle, or are you talking about dropping a single stone? If it's single stone, you can. Arching the circle, you can as well. So both of those actually you can do with the Designer Edition software. And I think Lisa, when she did the webinar a couple of weeks ago, or even yesterday, I think she might have done it, or 2 days ago. I'm sorry, 2 days ago when she did the basic designing or the beginner basics of the Designer Edition software. I think she went over how to arch the text to be able to complete this kind of look to the design. All right. So now what we have here is the best teachers teach from the heart. So what do you guys think? Pretty cool looking design, right? Okay, no more competition. He lost you. All right, awesome.
Did you put a block on my periscope?
Did I block you? No, I didn't block him. Why, is he blocked?
No, I had no connection. Now you're gonna get everybody back.
See, he's a sore loser right now. Just because I put out a coupon, you guys all came to join me and left him. So Matt talks a lot. I agree. He's sitting right over my shoulder right now, reading everybody's comments.
Rachel, what's going on with that, Rachel? Hey, I was gonna make some custom shoes.
Custom shoes, huh?
And custom flip-flops. Rudy can't show you that.
Oh, they're just talking smack right now. I love it.
Honey, yes, I am a big baby.
Oh, this has been the best webinar yet.
Alright, well, you guys have fun with Rudy. I'm not going on Periscope. I'm going to put a hidden Periscope up so you guys can't see it.
He literally is hurt right now, guys. So once the webinar is over and then he starts another Periscope, then you guys can go join him. But to the time being, we'll go ahead and focus on the webinar. All right, guys. So again, if you guys never seen our webinars, we do like to have a little bit of fun. We like to keep things fresh and obviously not too monotone on this side to keep you guys entertained. All right, so bear with us, but ultimately the main goal is to give you guys as much knowledge as possible. And so we do appreciate everybody joining us this afternoon. Losing at foosball. Oh, Bethany, you guys know a little bit more than we thought, huh? Losing at foosball, losing participants, absolutely. Looks like employees are taking over. All right, guys. So let's get back to the designing here. So what we have here is we have the outline here. So remember earlier I grouped it. Oh, maybe I didn't. So because I want to make sure that I change a couple things here, I want to make sure that this design is centered. The one thing I want to do first is I want to basically select the black here. I'm going to go up to select all same color, and I'm going to group that together. So now I can go ahead and drag this out, and that's grouped together. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and select my purple here and do the same thing, and we're going to go ahead and make that red cyan. So basically what I'm doing right now is getting this design ready to create a mockup. All right. So we're going to create a digital mockup with this design that we can send to our customer, and then they're going to be able to see the design in a realistic view, realistic finished product view of what this design is going to look like on a t-shirt, because we're going to drop it right on the t-shirt with our mockups feature, and also act like we're also going to add the realistic looks of the rhinestones. Let me go ahead and I don't know if you guys keep hearing that noise in the background. I think that's Facebook that keeps notifying us. All right, so we should be good now. All right, perfect. So now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and highlight this, and I'm going to group it all together. So this part right here, the apple is grouped, and also the circle is grouped as well. All right. So now what I want to do is let's go ahead and place this inside of here, and I'm going to select both of these. So select the black text and also select the apple. I'm going to hit P, and that's going to center it directly on the middle of the page. All right. So by hitting P, it centers both the apple and the text to the center of the page. Now I can come in here, and if I think it's notice how it's touching up here. What do you guys think? That's pretty centered, right? Now, if you think it's a little bit off, you can change it manually as well. Don't worry, and won't be able to tell too much. So there it is. So there's the best teachers teach from the heart. Let's go ahead and change that to white, to our crystal. There's our design in the middle. Now we're ready to create our mockups. So let's go to our mockups feature here. We're going to go ahead and do logo. We're going to do simulate stones and stone detail. We're going to change the name to TRW Best Teachers. And we're also going to go ahead and choose just our t-shirt, all right? So actually, you know what? No, let's go ahead and create the proof sheet. Let's go ahead and create the whole shebang that we can send to our customers, and we'll be ready to create this, go ahead and go into the production process once we hear back from our customers. So what I want to do is I want to do proof to the front here, all right? So now we have, and I know I see a lot of questions coming in, and I do see Hope is answering a lot of those. So thank you guys for asking questions, and thank you, Hope, for answering those questions as well. Real quick, Rachel, select all same color. Let me go ahead and bring this in here, magnify it just a little bit. Here is select all same color. So underneath our color selection here, so here's our drop down. Here is select all same color right here in the middle. All right, so that's select all same color. Stephanie, so you are using Corel Draw, and the TRW thing is an add-on app software that you're all sent, so that works on top of Corel Draw. Yes, Stephanie, yes, exactly. Absolutely. So the macro, quick brief overview, Stephanie, is just basically makes things easier. It basically simplifies the designing process and makes it a much quicker process, because with Corel, there's a lot of great things you can do with it. The macro basically puts it on steroids. So we're able to do a lot of these things in Corel already, but it does take a lot of different steps, whereas the macro takes all those different steps into one click. All right, so that macro basically simplifies the designing process for you guys. Yes, it is a separate software, but it's integrated with Corel Draw, so it needs Corel Draw to be able to be as powerful as it is. Elaine, no problem. I'm recording this, so we'll go ahead and send you the. We'll go ahead and have it posted, and if you want to shoot me an email, Elaine, because I don't have the coupon code made yet, I'll go ahead and create it when you send me that email, right? Or I'll send you the coupon code. All right, so now that we have here, what we have is logo selected, we have our simulated stone selected, our stone detail selected, we have our description for the design, we have our proof selected, and we're going to drop it right on the front of the t-shirt. All right, so let's go ahead and choose right here, Woodman Scoop Neck, click on that, left click on it. It's going to run through my design, it's going to count how many stones that design has, and it's also going to generate our proof sheet for this design. So that's why it's taking a couple seconds here to think about it. It's a bigger design, so here it is. So now that I ran through the whole entire design, there it is. Bam. So there's my design on a black background. So now you can see that the crystal stones really pop. And also we have it right here on our t-shirt. So let's say our customer wants to drop this design on a pink t-shirt or a pink next level scoop neck right here. Bam. So there's our design. Notice how our rhinestones are, again, realistic rhinestones, not just circles. So what we're going for is that finished product look, that kind of trick in the mind to see this design on the t-shirt rather than on the computer screen. So basically, when they see this, they think, oh man, I can see that, I can see myself wearing this shirt. You know, that's what we're going for, that realistic look of that design on the finished product. Now what you can do is, of course, we obviously want to add a little bit more, just a little more exaggeration to the design to really make it pop. So we have this little magic bling section right here. All right, so this little magic bling doesn't look like it does much, but if I go here and I left click down, look at that, bam. Now we know that's a bling shirt. That's rhinestones. Look at that pop. Look at that shine to it. Now we know more realistic again. It just goes back to adding that more realistic factor to these digital mock-ups. I do see a lot of questions coming in. I want to answer real quick for you guys. Oh my God, got to get this. I keep buying from y'all, but I'm too scared to actually use them all. And Stephanie, that's the biggest thing. You know, it's you can only do so much as far as buying, looking, and wishing. You know, ultimately, what it comes down to is getting putting your foot forward and actually getting to the production process, actually getting started. And that's what we're there for, Stephanie. If you're feeling overwhelmed, or if you feel like you can't do this, just give us a call. We're there to help, okay? We're paying these guys in the call center to talk to you guys and help you through the process and help you expand your business, all right? So make sure you guys utilize them as much as you can, especially Hope. Hope is awesome. So make sure you call Hope, and she'll be more than happy to get you started and get you on your feet, and, again, make the process and the learning curve less stressful and less overwhelming. Magic Stone, Donnie, pretty simple. Let's say, notice how I had here, notice how I turned them into rhinestones. So that's the same thing as simulate stones right here. So if I didn't do that, what I can do is, if I didn't want to do the simulate stones right here, I can just go right here, select this. Oh, select this right here, hit magic stones, and you see what it does? It actually converts them into real rhinestones. So to get rid of that, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to highlight here, highlight it. I'm going to hold shift and then hit magic stones, and it takes them away. All right. So again, it's just it gives it that realistic look. Now I did have a question earlier how I created the leaf. The leaf I created, basically, I just I traced a real leaf on that I found a picture of on the internet. So I just kind of searched real leaves, traced it with my tracing tools here, and then I did a quick island fill with my place and fill here. All right, and that filled it in for me. Now because it was a little bit smaller design, it did take a little bit of editing, but not too much. So it was pretty easy to make. But of course, I already made it once, so why make it again, right? I already had it saved in my files, so there's no real reason for me to go back and recreate something that's already created. So again, if you guys have worked with designs in the past, just, you know, if you remember of something that you could use for a future design, hey, put it in a place that it'll be easier to find. Because again, something like this, that leaf, I can use it in another design, not just this one. So why recreate the wheel when it's already created? All right. So again, that comes out pretty cool right there. What do you guys think? So is this something you guys think you can sell, especially for back to school? Now it looks like what we got going on here is that I have a different setting for. What are you doing over there, Matt? Are you guys seeing this? Is he? What is?
I see it. Ready?
What's that? Oh, isn't that Periscope? Oh, now I'm just modeling for the camera. All right. So what happened here, guys, is I have a different settings for my my assistants. I'm gonna have to go in my settings and see what's going on with what I have set here, because you can actually edit my stone sizing. And I'm guessing we don't have the, okay, yeah, so that's what it is. I just got to set a new, back to default there so it can actually recognize my settings. But again, very good, cool looking design. It's something that I think the teachers really love. And you know what I really love about something like this? It's very simple, all right? There's not too much stones to it. So, you know, it's not overwhelming. It's just simple enough that I think that, you know, the teachers will get the point and the students will get the point. It's a really cool looking design as well. And again, we put it really quickly. We made it real quick. So again, if we get a custom request from a teacher, within minutes we can have it created. We have the proof sheet created, and we can send it to our customer. All right, and that's again the beauty of TrueType fonts, because otherwise you would have to type out the best teachers, teach from the heart, and try to stone out each individual letter. And if you guys really want to see the difference, is where you try to. Let me go ahead and make these black. The real tough part is when you get to smaller text like this, all right, because you see how these are perfectly stoned out. When you try to do that in reality, it doesn't ever come out this good. All right, you still have to manipulate that text, because each letter, let's see how big this B is right here. All right, so that B is less than an inch tall. So that's where the difficulty comes in to stone out each individual letter, because yeah, the text might be 10 inches wide or 12 inches wide, But in reality, each individual letter that you want to stone out, it's pretty tiny. So that's where those different TrueType fonts come in handy. All right. So I did see a lot of questions. Of course, this is going to be one of the free designs for you guys. All right. So I'll go ahead and drop this in there. Now what I want to do is separate these colors. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to my templates, hit left click on, actually, you know what I'm going to do first? Replace all my stones. And then I'm just going to go ahead and left click on my TRW magic templates there. There's my separation. And now what we can do, and again, because you see how this is not really connected to anything else, these two right here, hey, go ahead and shrink this down some. Bam, save some material there. Because once you create that transfer font, it's really not going to be that difficult to eyeball that in there, all right? So there's no real need to waste all that sticky flock there that we had before. Save some material. That money that you're saving, that material can be spent on your customers, which they're going to see a big difference if you are taking your time to, care for the customers. And, like I said, little things like this, just being able to save some money on material like this, the customers will really appreciate that extra time and effort you spend on them. So, again, different tips and tricks there to help you save some time, money, and of course material in the long run there. So there you go. Not nearly as much sticky flock cut out there because we were able to cut these down a little bit more. All right. Be great. Put on a bag. Absolutely, yeah. On a bag, tote bags. We do have the medium tote bags that are always great sellers. Michelle came in late. What was the font? Oh, Michelle. Sorry, the font is TRW. Oh, sorry. TRW. Oh, not working out with me. 130. All right, so that's the font right there. So TRW 130, super small, and that's I think the font's under an inch. So no problem, Michelle. All right. So what do you guys think? Pretty cool design there, huh? Now, if you want to export this file here, very simple. Let's go ahead and make my workspace a little bit bigger. So in order for me to save this or create the mockup, I need this workspace right here to be surrounding my design. All right. No problem. We love you too, Rita. All right, so we're going to go back to my Stone Wizard here. And now we have an export feature. So I can go in here, type TRW teachers teach from the heart web. And then I can just go to my CDR. And I'm just going to go ahead and drop it right here on my desktop. So hit save. And there it is. So I can go SVG now, hit save, saved it in there, hit my EPS, and bam. So now all I have to do, go to the website, upload those, and that's it. We're done. All right, so that's how quick and easy it is to save my file, create a mockup, separate the templates, and now this will be ready to send to my cutter. So I can go here, go to my export still, hit GraphTech, GCC, Cameo, or Roland, and hit send to cutter. And there we go. We're all set. That easy, that quick to be able to do the whole entire process. All right. And Stephanie, it is a lot, but guess what the beauty of it is? We are recording this webinar, so no matter how much information we give you, we're still able to post this on the website, and you can basically later tonight or whenever we have it uploaded, you can have it playing on your iPad, on your other monitor, and then you can be trying to do the same exact designs or follow my steps to be able to create it on your own. And that's honestly, it's great to watch the videos, it's great to have the webinars, but unless you actually try yourself, it's not gonna happen. All right, always repetition and practice makes better. All right, so 350 already, huh? No problem. Even if we go a little bit over, I hope you guys don't mind if we do go a little bit over. But I do want to complete the other two designs I want to show you guys real quick here. All right, so magic templates. Have you guys worked with magic templates yet? Stephanie, do you go further to open a silhouette or anything? Stephanie, yes. Remember how I exported the SVG right here? So wherever you save the SVG for, open up your Silhouette Studio Designer Edition. So I can go here and go to Silhouette. Have you guys worked with Windows 10, by the way? This is Windows 10. It's actually not bad. I don't mind it too much. A little bit better than Windows 8, I would say. All right, so I don't know. I'm hoping to see if Silhouette's going to open. When it opens there, Stephanie, I can show you what's going to happen. I'm basically going to go to my open, and I'm going to be able to find the SVG right there. Does X6 work on Windows 8? Yes, I actually got I got 6 on here as well, and it does work fine, Chris. No problem. So here it is. Rachel, real quick. I'm sorry, not Rachel. Stephanie, real quick. I'm going to go here, File, Open. And then I can go right here to my SVG form file types. And then we have teachers right here. Double click on that. And that's going to open it for me right there. So there's my different templates right there. All right. So just download whenever you download that free file, just download the SVG, okay? All right, so another type of TrueType fonts that we offer are our Hcv fonts, all right? So Hcv pretty unique. Now, of course, if I typed in here, let's say I typed in cheer, all right? So I type in cheer. Notice what happens is this is a TrueType font right here because I can retype it. So I can type whatever I need to because it's a TrueType font. Now, we've, of course, went ahead and changed the game up a little bit. So we actually created our own TrueType fonts, all right? So if I go to my fonts tab right here, let's say I type in TRW, and I'm just going to do HCV, or actually baseball. All right, so I can do baseball, and bam, if I click on baseball laces, look what we did here. It's kind of contradicting since we have cheer and then we have baseball laces going through it, but that's all right. All right, so here what we have is one layer of my designs. So you can see here, this can be, if I put a backdrop on this design right now, what's going to happen is the laces is going to be showing through. So let's make that blue, Stone Wizard, edit to back. All right, so you see what happens here is that the blue's showing through because right now we have it at one color. All right, so with the wizard, very easy because I know this is a two-color design, and I know that because my font preview tells me that. All right, so I have upper and lower. So you can see the upper right here is the fill. So the lower is going to be my outline. So if I want to add the second color, I'm just going to go Stone Wizard, two-color magic, bam, there you go. So there's my second color. Now this is a two-color design here. All right, so beyond that, what can we do with this text? So yeah, we can arch it, add it to a path. We can add stones around it. No big deal. But hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and do something a little bit more unique. So let's say we have a decal pack that we need to complete for a certain school. And let's say they want to really create this decal pack. So this is part of our decal pack here. And these are our TrueType, or excuse me, our magic templates. All right. So everywhere you see a box here, so the yellow boxes, the blue boxes, these are all going to be customized for that particular school. So again, you have all your different sports: basketball, tennis, football, hockey. Hockey is a little bit not so much down here in Florida, but I know up north is a huge sport. But you have soccer, you have volleyball, baseball, music, track and field, golf is huge. So we have all our different sports here. All right. So all we need to do is I'm going to go ahead and type in, let's say, Sarasota. And also I'm going to go ahead and type in, let's say, what are you guys thinking for mascot? What's a good mascot name? What are you guys thinking? Mustangs, Cobras? What are you guys thinking? Bulldogs. Perfect. Bulldogs. All right. So Bulldogs it is. So we have Sarasota. We have Bulldogs. Now notice I'm not going to do anything. I don't have to change the size. I don't have to worry about the sizing. I just want to make it a little bit bigger so I can see what I'm doing. All right. So we have Sarasota Bulldogs there. All right. Lancer. Actually, Lancer was our community college name for a while there. All right, so now we have Sarasota. All right, now what I can do is I'm going to go back to my fonts, and I'm going to type in TRW HTV Zebra. Okay, so TRW Zebra font because we want to make sure, we want to create this decal in two colors with the zebra look. So it's going to be, the zebra is going to have one color, and then the second color is going to have that kind of zebra look to it. All right. Oh, Stephanie is trying to convert us country there. She wants me to say y'all and bulldogs. All right, so Stephanie, I'll try to correct myself for next time. All right, so let's go ahead and select our. So notice here we also have the boxes here, but I want to go ahead and select the no box one. So I'm gonna go TRW zebra block, no box. So we're gonna do the same thing for this one here. Bam. So now we have our two colors. Doesn't seem like much yet. All right, but let's go ahead and highlight these two. Go back to my TRW Stone Wizard, edit, two-color magic, bam, there's my second color. All right, so two things. We can go here, and I can make that black to the front, and it's a little bit thicker now. Or we can do vice versa, and do that to the back, so now we have a thicker border. So we're going to go ahead and use this font right here like this. Oh, Terry, you lost sound? Are we good with the sound? Let me know if anybody else is having issues with the sound, all right? We should be good though. I see my speaker being good. So Terry, let me know. Try doing the sound check real quick. Let me know if that works. All right. So here's the big thing we got to do for us. I'm sorry. Whoever just wrote that last question there said, "For gosh, don't say my name again. People are going to hate me." Stephanie, nobody's going to hate you. You know what? Amazingly, you'll be surprised how many people you're helping by asking questions. Okay, you are the leader here because you are the one asking questions that everybody else probably has the same question. They just might not want to type it into the question. So you know what? We all appreciate you for asking questions because again, I might be answering those questions for not just yourself but other members in the webinar. Right? All right. So big thing we got to do because it's a two-color design here, guys. The big thing that we got to remember is to group it together. All right. So what I want to do is I want to select the Sarasota here and group that. Now we're going to select the Bulldogs here and I'm going to group that. All right. So what do we want to do here? So what I want to do is I want to add Sarasota to every single area that we have up here. All right, so all the yellow areas, all the yellow envelopes that we have, we want to add Sarasota to. Everywhere we see blue, we want to add Bulldogs to. All right. So what are we going to do now? What we want to do is I'm going to go ahead and select the yellow box here. Oh, looks like we're still grouped, so let's ungroup it. So I'm going to select on one of my yellow boxes here. All right. I'm going to go back to the top here and select all same color. Now, notice how this select all same color doesn't just work with the rhinestones, it also works with the just your basic colors as well. Teresa, no. Teresa, great question. Teresa's question was, do you need to magic trap those words? You do not, Teresa, because let me zoom in real quick. If I wireframe it, notice that it's already the font already comes trapped. All right, so you don't need to actually magic trap it. And magic trap, guys, if you guys don't know what magic trap means, it's a method that we use. Basically, so if we're working with different types of vinyls like holographics or glitter vinyls, it's not recommended to layer those. So we do the magic trap feature to be able to put both of these colors directly on the garment because what it actually is, it's actually cut out. So the black here is actually cut out. You see that? So it's actually see-through. And there's a little bit of an overlap. So if I go to wireframe and Control-Z it, this little overlap right here is what allows me to add the second layer without having a real big issue of placing that layer in the actual material. All right. The R, yes, the R looks like it needs a little bit of fixing, a little bit of help there, doesn't it? And that's good. That's good. I'll bring that up to the designer so we can get that fixed. All right. But yes, there looks to be a little bit of a fault on the R there. So let's go back and group that one together. And I do see a lot of questions coming in. Does a color selection tool work with magic glitter? Oh, Bradley, it doesn't. That's the one thing that's a little bit off. It's you don't want to do it with magic glitter. Make sure that when you're working with that select all same color, you have just your colors here in the TRW Stone Wizard or over here in Corel, but not the actual magic vinyl. All right, which again, Bradley, you just kind of ruined the spiel because I was about to show them this and wow them. But no, great question, Bradley. With that feature up here, guys, you do not want to have the colors in the actual magic vinyl colors here. It's not going to work. All right, so in order for it to work, you have to have the solid colors like we have here. All right, so now we're going back to my edit tab here. So in my edit tab, all right, we have a couple different things here. Okay, black glitter is back in stock. Oh, Matt. Oh, one minute, guys. Hey, you want to create that coupon code for me real quick? All right, what do you want? I didn't tell him anything yet. What do you want? All right, so Matt's going to create that coupon code for you guys while we're finishing this up, all right? I didn't tell him anything. I told him the coupon code was to beat you, basically. So whatever you want to make it. All right, so what we're going to do now is I want to go ahead and select all the ones that I have the yellow. So all the yellow envelopes up here, all right? So I'm going to select all the yellow envelopes, and I'm going to go ahead and go to my select all. So what I have here is selected all my yellows, all right? So all the yellows are selected. Now I'm going to go ahead and hold shift and select Sarasota. All right, so I have yellow, Sarasota selected. Now I'm going to go down here. So here's that special tool that we're going to work with, the magic envelope tool right down here. All right, so I'm going to left click on the magic envelope and bam, look what happened there. Added the Sarasota, the two-color Sarasota. But look at this. All right, so right now what we have is we have these boxes behind. So yeah, I could technically click on the yellow box here, come up here and select all same color and drag these out and delete. All right, that's cool. We can do that. But again, that's an extra step we don't want to go. We don't want to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and Control-Z it all the way back and show you what we can do to bypass that step there. All right. All right. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and select the yellow again. So we're gonna do the same process, and I'm gonna select the Sarasota. But this time, I'm actually going to right-click on the magic envelope. All right, so right-click, and look what happens. It deletes that background. So now I don't even have to worry about that background anymore. Let's go ahead and add the Bulldogs to the bottom now. So I'm going to go here, select all same color, select my Bulldogs, and right click on the magic envelope, and bam, look how quick that was. Pretty simple, right? So let's go ahead and just bring this one out and show you what we're going to do. Actually, that should work. So we got those there. Let's go ahead and just bring this one out. So what are we going to do now? Now that this is completed, let's go ahead and we can get rid of this now. So obviously you saw how quick and easy it was to customize all your different sports for that particular school. In a matter of seconds, I can have all those added on there with a cool looking zebra effect on there because we're working with those TrueType fonts. Now the main thing is make sure you guys group the text when you actually have the two colors in there. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and get rid of those. Let's get rid of the Sarasota and Bulldogs here, and let's bring this down. So now we need to go ahead and create a cool looking mock-up. So let's go ahead. This is going to be a decal, so I'm going to go ahead and just change the size of it just a tad bit there. We do have glitter colors for the FTC sign vinyl. So because this is going to be a decal, I'm just going to go use some of our glitter colors here. So again, we have all our colors that we offer right here in our TRW Stone Wizard. Again, that black is actually back in stock, so I know there was a lot of requests for that material, the glitter black. So what I want to do is we're going to go here to our black, and we're going to go here and here. We'll make that black glitter. Oh, you know what I did here? And then we're going to go here and here. Oh, you know what I'm doing? You know what I'm doing wrong? I know what I did. All right, guys. So just like we've got to remember to group it, we got to remember to ungroup it as well. So I'm going to ungroup. Now we can go ahead and just select the black, and then the black here, make that black. Oh, still not grouped? What's going on here? All right, so we'll make that hot pink, and we'll make the orange here hot pink as well. So now we have the Sarasota Bulldogs weightlifting team here. Let's go ahead and highlight that. We're going to go to our mock-ups, and I'm just going to go ahead and drop it on my accessories because I know I have a nice little card decal right here. So we're just going to do it to the front. Left-click on that card decal. Now it's going to go ahead and place it directly on the bottom left corner of my card decal. So how cool is that? Now you had that for the decal. Hey, you know what? We also have that for the women's shirts as well. So let's go ahead and change the size of that just a little bit. All right, so we're just going to change the size a little bit there. Put that right up here. And then choose our women's shirts. Bam, drop that right in there. And now we also have that. So I can go here. Oh, let's go back to my third mockup. So I can go here, copy and paste this, bring this in here. Look at what we got now. So how quick and easy was that to create a little bundle pack there with a shirt and a decal? All right, very quick and easy, right? But guess what? We're not done yet. Let's go back to page 1. Let's change this up a little bit. Hey, why not? Guys got to wear this too, right? Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. And let's make this all into just black. And now let's drop this on the men's shirt. Bam. So now what do we have? Now we have, copy that. Let's go back to my mockups. Where's my original mockups at? Hey, look at this. Now we got a whole family. Now we just completely upsold them because now we have the guy's shirt, now we have the women's shirt, and we have the decal. So how quick and easy was that? Because it's a vector file, it makes it very easy for me to be able to resize it and add it right to those designs. And now, because we're with the mockups, it's realistic sizing, so I have to change the size in order for it to place it on the shirt correctly. So because this is only 5.6 inches, it fits perfect in that area. Because this is 9.2 inches wide, it's 9.2 inches wide on the shirt. And of course right here, 9.2 inches, 9.2 inches, perfect on the shirt. So again, very cool, very easy way to actually be able to add all those mockups there, bring this down, and of course now we can go ahead and export that PNG file to send to our customer. My hubby will be here, spend more money, not so many coach. That's funny, Stephanie. How to change the color on the right. Now, what do you mean by the right there? Are you saying for this one? Oh, there's actually a box back there that you can actually just change the color to whatever you need it to be. So it makes the design stand out more. And that comes with the mockup ready. All right. All right, guys. Just one more design, though. One more design before we get out of here. What do you guys think about that? Pretty cool, huh? Pretty simple to be able to duplicate all those different. Just add obviously the school name and the mascot right to those magic templates. Absolutely, absolutely. So pretty quick there, huh? And of course, the ability to be able to use those digital mockups, it's going to save you guys so much more time and so much more materials because now you don't have to actually create this product. You don't have to create a decal and put it on a car and take a picture of it to showcase what it's going to look like. You don't have to put it on a shirt and take a picture to showcase what it's going to look like. Or same thing for the guys. And now you can actually show the two for the guys and the gals. And of course, a little upsell with the decals for them as well. And Rachel, that's actually a great point. Rachel said screen printing is my main line, and the mockups work great for screen printing as well. As we actually have a lot of our customer base, a lot from the actual shows that we can come by and they say, I don't want anything to do with rhinestones. All I want to do is buy this software specifically for that mockups feature. Because another great thing about the mockups is that you can actually customize the mockups as well. So I can bring in my own shirt or my own golf ball, my own baseball, whatever, and place it right in here and actually install it right to the custom section here. All right. So that and that's actually, we have a video on how to do that as well. So you guys make sure you check that out. All right. Real quick, I just want to create the last design because I want to show you what we can do with the multi-deck. Right. So we do have multi-deck fonts as well. All right. Multi-deck True Type Fonts. So we'll make this very quick here, and we'll just go ahead and type out the word cheer. So multi-deck is basically working with vinyl. It's going to be working with vinyl and rhinestones, all right? And again, multi-decoration can also mean embroidery and vinyl and rhinestones, and then rhinestones and embroidery. So it's not just focused on the vinyl and rhinestones part. It can be the mixture of different medias is basically what we're going with the multi-decorations there. Multi-deck, yes, Stephanie, multi-decoration, as in DEC, or the deck is actually stands for decoration. That's funny. 70 said, who doesn't want to act like they drive the Range Rover? That's awesome. All right, so we have cheer. Again, we're going to go back to our fonts tab. I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of this because I think I just downloaded the new multi-deck design I wanted to use here, the multi-deck font. So I'm going to go down here, scroll down, and yep, I have it right here. So TRW Chef 3 multi-deck design. All right, so we're going to go double click on that. Now, let me go ahead and go to toggle case here, and I'm going to go to my uppercase real quick. All right. So because I changed it now, oh, you know what? I got to do it in lowercase. I'm sorry. So lowercase, that tells me that that's just the vinyl part, all right? So what's going to happen is when I add the second color, it's going to add the stones right to all my areas right here where we have an opening, all right? So all the cavities that we have an opening, you'll find you'll be able to add stones too, all right? So now, of course, I can go in there and basically manually put one by one, but there's no need to do that because we've already created this font in a certain way that that's already stoned out. All right, so to add the second color, just like we did with the vinyl, just like we did with the rhinestones, adding a second color to the design, we're going to go back to our edit tab here, and I'm going to do two-color magic text, and bam, there it is. So now it has my rhinestones there. All right, but I still cannot just drag. I can't still just select one rhinestone and move it around. So I still need to resize this design. So before the 2.14, the way to do that was by the point size. All right. So by the point size, the way to do it is you would highlight it. I would type in my point size up here. I would go to my effects, or excuse me, I would go to my objects here. And I would break it apart, convert to curves. It's a headache. No need to do all that. Why? Because we have that resize tool here. So I'm going to resize it. Not all stones are 0.13. Would you like to replace stones? Hit yes. And now it resizes it for me. You see that? So now we have our stones in there. We have our vinyl on the outside. But let's go and get a little bit creative. Why don't we add a little bit more to this design? I can go ahead and type in mom. So now we have cheer mom. And let's go ahead and just make that a little bit bigger there. And let's go ahead and, what do you guys think? Just drop it right in here. Let's go and make it just a little bit smaller. Now, we're not done with this mom part yet. I just want to make sure it's going to fit in there. All right, perfect. Now I'm going to go back to my fonts. And let's go ahead and just use one of our brush scripts. Why not? One of our brush scripts here. So there it is. There's my brush script font. Now I can go ahead and add that. You know what? Let me go ahead and drag my guideline. So I'm going to go ahead to my ruler here. Left click down and drag this all the way to the end here. To the end here. So now we have is, let me go zoom in here so it makes it a little bit easier. So now it's connected to the last piece there, and I can move my mom. So now it's actually right there on that perfect line right there. All right. Now what I want to do is, let's go ahead and I want to make sure that the mom stands out just a tad bit more. So I'm going to go to my place and fill. I'm going to do one island to the outside. I don't want to add stones this time. I'm just going to do 0.02 here. All right. And I'm just going to do an island fill. Now what that did is basically made that font a little bit thicker so it looks a little bit nicer. All right. So it stands out more. So I can drag that original mom, take that out. We're going to keep the mom here. Right click, and there it is. So see how it stands out a little bit better? It's the actual script is a little bit thicker, so it stands out more, all right? And it looks better with this kind of a thicker font that we were working with here up here, the cheer font. All right, so now let's go ahead and drag this back up here. Now watch what we're going to do. We're going to do a little something different here. because right now if I wireframe this, notice how it's still overlapping and touching the stones there. So let's go ahead and do something a little bit different here. And I'm going to go 0.03 maybe. Man, let's do 0.04. And do an island fill now. All right. So now I have a new layer here, so I can change that layer to yellow if I wanted to. So now I have a whole new layer created. All right. So select that yellow there, and I'm going to go ahead and hold shift and select the black. All right. So what I have selected so far is this. Just these two here. All right. Now at the top here we have trim. All right. So I can either go here to trim, or again under effects, object, shaping, trim. All right. But of course, if you had the toolbar, it just makes things easier for you guys. So I'm going to hit trim, and now I'm going to go here and just bring out the yellow, delete that. So now you see what it did. It left this nice little trim here. So looks a little bit nicer. Now we can go ahead and I'm going to go to my wireframe, go down here, select my stone there, select this one, delete that one, and delete this one right here as well. All right. So go back here. Now what I want to do is I want to go select this one and just fix this design up just a tad bit. And to do that, I'm going to select my stones here, hit my magic respace, and now it froze on me. So of course that's going to happen at the end of the webinar. But you know what? Great thing is, it's Corel Draw. Let's go ahead and bring this back up and finish that off real quick for you guys. So hey, the great thing about doing these webinars live is that sometimes you're just too quick for the computer, for technology, and things do happen. So as you can see in real life, things do happen. It freezes up on us. So guess what? Don't stress about it. Just reopen it. Now, one little trick for you guys. If you guys go to your tools up here and customization, if you go to save right here, notice how I have it for backed up every 5 minutes. So anything that I was working on within this 5 minute span, it's going to save for me. And right here, I can go to this folder right here and re-upload it. All right. So that little trick right there is going to save you guys a lot of headaches, a lot of punching the screens and throwing computers through the windows that we don't want to happen. All right. So save that 5 minutes, hit OK. Now anything that I was working on 5 minutes ago is going to appear. All right. So let's just go back real quick. Now I'm going to just do exactly what we did earlier, just because I want to finish it off for you guys and show you what we're going to do here. And you know what, guys? Sometimes what it is you try to do too many things in your head. You know what you want to do, you know what you want to accomplish, but you got to realize that it's still technology, and you still have to be a little bit patient with it, right? So just if it does happen, guys, again, like I do, just talk it over, make it seem like it's not bothering you that it just closed down and just ruined your whole material. Just kind of keep going with it. It does happen. It's technology. All right, so let's go ahead and do the same thing with TRW. I'm going to go down here, my multi-deck. Oh, not that one. I'm sorry. This one right here. We're going to go edit, two-color magic, highlight. We're going to go ahead and resize it all. Hit yes. Bam. What happened there? So you know what? That didn't work out too well. So let's do that again. Oh, I saw what happened there. We had something else in there, huh? That's not good. But we're all set now. So let's go lowercase, chevron, on a Stone Wizard, add second color. Highlight again, resize it. There it is. So we're all set. Now again, we did the mom part, so we're gonna go type in mom and fonts, and you can see. I mean, once you guys get the hang of this, it becomes very second nature there. So I'm not gonna go ahead and do the second. I'm not gonna go ahead and do the outline for this one, just so we can go ahead and place it in there. Now, the one thing I want to show you guys, before when we did the outline, it already welded it for me. But notice right now with this script font right here, all the letters are basically overlapping. So right now, if I send this to my cutter, it's not going to cut correctly. All right, so I just want to go ahead here, hit weld, and that welds it all together. All right, so right here we got the weld feature, or again, under our object shaping, weld as well. All right, so that welds it together. Let's go ahead and add our little outline here. So we're going to add one outline to the outside. We're not going to add stones to it. We're just going to go ahead and do a 0.04 island fill. Let's go back to my enhanced view. Now, if I zoom in, again, we'll just have the white selected there. I'm going to select just the black. So now what we have is these two selected there. And, oh, what happened there? Control Z, Control Z. And then what I want to do now is go to the top, hit my trim, and trim that baby out. So that's trimmed out. Now we can go in here. And you know what? We don't even have to delete that one because it's not really overlapping. Actually, but I do want to delete it because I want to go here. All right, so this is where we got stuck last time. So I'm going to go, of course, I'm going to go ahead and redo it. I'm definitely not going to let Corel just beat me today. So highlight that, highlight all our stones. Let me see what's going on. Merge them, and then merge, and then we're going to respace them. I can go to my arrow key here, add one more stone there, hit that, and then we're all set there. All right, same thing here. Obviously, we're going to get rid of that one. Maybe move this one down if you want to. And then we'll get rid of this one as well. Move this down. Select, 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 select. Now I'm holding shift to select all of those. Merge overlap, respace, add one if you can. Now, notice how it's kind of tight, so I don't know if I would do that. So I'm just going to go hit the down arrow again, leave it as is. And bam, there we go. So now what I can do is, when you go here, combine those colors. So now what I can do is, let's say we want to make that black. Let's go ahead and make that hot pink. We'll go ahead and choose one of my stones in here. We'll make those clear. Now what we have here completed is, let me go real quick here, 50. So again, we want to make sure this is all inside my workspace there. Mockups. Actually, no, you know what? I'm going to go design prep this time. I'm going to add the background, watermark, simulate stones, and add logo. Hit add. So that just creates a little quick proof sheet for me, or excuse me, a quick mock-up for me with just a background, logo, and then the design right there. So what do you guys think? Cheer mom at the bottom, because we had that TrueType font already created, just a couple little fixes here and there. Notice how that trim, what it did, give us a nice little outline right there. So pretty cool looking design that we can create in a matter of minutes if Corel doesn't decide to hiccup and close down on us. Add watermark. Yes, Rachel, we add the watermark. That's your protecting right there. So that's the watermark right there. If I zoom in, this is the watermark, the Rhinestone World. And that watermark there is to protect your image. Because with Corel Draw, it's such a powerful software that, to be honest, I mean, you can honestly grab a design, a rhinestone design, if it doesn't have a watermark on it, from a PNG image, bring it into Corel Draw, and trace it, and it's going to come out perfect. So without that watermark, you're really basically giving your designs away. Chris, and they are, you know what, they're touching a little bit, but you'll be fine with that. There's some areas there that are touching. We actually have the design pressed on a shirt, excuse me, on one of our sample pages that we bring to our shows, and we haven't had any issues. So it's like overlapping. Just as long as it's not completely on there, it's just barely touching, you should be good. And these aren't actually on the completely on the vinyl. There's actually a little bit of opening behind these stones there. All right. Rachel, to add the watermark, very simple. Under mockups right here, I can go right here to it says TRW mockups, hit the edit tab there, and then I can type in description, TRW web, watermark. This is where you will type your watermark, and then logo path is where you would upload your logo. All right. Awesome, guys. Hey, so I know we ran a little bit over the time, but hopefully you guys don't mind it too much. A lot of information I wanted to give to you guys now. There is a, oh, that's not funny. So we do have a coupon code made here. All right, so it looks like Matt tried to be funny with this and thought I was going to just read it out loud. But, nope. Oh, Stephanie, no problem at all. No problem at all, Stephanie. Stephanie says, sorry I delayed y'all. No problem, Stephanie. Like I said, this is what I love. I love the interaction between you guys and asking me questions and asking Hope questions and asking how to do different things and slowing me down. It's just, it just makes it more entertaining for me. It makes it a lot better for me. Honestly, I used to hate PowerPoints in school. I used to just, I'm not that PowerPoint guy. I'd rather be hands-on. Let's chit-chat. Let's interact. Let's talk. Let's figure out how we can figure this out better, That's the way you really move forward. I don't like all that boring listening to a monotone PowerPoint presentation. That's just not my style. So I just can't go that route. Laverne, awesome. I'm glad that helped. And Laverne, see you in Philly. Yeah, Corel Draw, it can be a little bit brat. And you can see down here, I had a lot of pages open in the last one, and eventually it was gonna crash. I just try to, just try to keep going with it and kind of ignorant to the fact that there was a lot of files open. But yeah, you know what? It happened. You guys got to see real life events where it does happen. Don't worry about it. Just keep moving. Just all you can do is just get up, keep working on the design, and obviously it's gonna make you money. So just keep it going. All right.